Today's topic for discussion is a Botryddium. Botryddium, it is a algal plant and it is the member of Xanthophyceae. The Xanthophyceae shows comparatively less differentiation from Chlorophyceae. The two important features which occur in all the members of Xanthophyceae, that are absence of pyrenoids and presence of oil and greater quantity of xanthophyll in the plastids. And the cell wall is made up of pectic compounds and rarely cellulose. And a great algalogist, name of the algalogist was Fritsch. Fritsch divided Xanthophyceae in four orders, that is heterococcales, order heterosiphonales, order heterotrichales and heterochlorideales. These are the four orders of Xanthophyceae. And Botryddium is included in the order heterosiphonales. The heterosiphonales order include those algae which are having many nuclei and siphonous form. The algae is unseptate and of variable shape. In Greek language, the Botrydon means a small cluster. The Botryddium grow in cluster. It is a terrestrial alga. And let us see the occurrence. There are four species of Botryddium. All the four species which are very common in rainy season and they grow on land, hence their habit is terrestrial. The algae which grow on soil surface, wet soil surface, they are described as terrestrial algae, or habit of the algae is terrestrial. Out of these four species, the Botryddium granulatum, it is a species, it is very common species of Botryddium. It grows on damp soil during the month of December and January. It grows on muddy places near pond or wet waterlogged soils are more favorable. In favorable environmental conditions, it grows in a large quantity and make dark green coating on the soil. Let us see the structure of the Botryddium. How is the morphology of the Botryddium or external features of the Botryddium algae? The form of Botryddium is balloon shaped and the size of balloon of Botryddium is up to the size of pinhead. The plant body consists of two distinct parts, that is aerial part which is pear shaped or balloon shaped, that consists of chlorophyll, and underground part which is colorless, that does not consist of chlorophyll. There is no chlorophyll, that is the colorless part of the plant and it is underground. The underground part of Botryddium is branched, which is described as rhizoidal system of the plant. The aerial balloon shaped portion of Botryddium is greatly influenced by environmental conditions. When it grows in a shaded places, it may be elongate or club shaped or may be branched. Botryddium consists of many nuclei and chloroplast. All the nuclei and chloroplast which are freely suspended in the aerial part of the balloon shaped part of the Botryddium. The underground rhizoidal portion of the Botryddium, it is non-green. It is not green in color because of absence of chromatophores, but it contains many nuclei which are scattered in the vacuolated or non-vacuolated cytoplasm. In the rhizoidal system, nuclei are many. The rhizoidal system of Botryddium is less or profusely branched. Profusely branched rhizoidal system occurs in Botryddium divasum. Okay, the function of rhizoidal system of the Botryddium is fixation of the plant in the soil and absorption of the food and minerals from the soil. Okay, a dichotomously rhizoidal system occurs. Dichotomously branched rhizoidal system that occurs in Botryddium tuberosum. This is a species in which the rhizoidal system is dichotomous, which is reported by Miller, name of the algalogist Miller, in 1927 from Russia. Let us see How is the reproduction? How the Botridium reproduces? Reproduction in Botridium. Botridium algae that reproduces by asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction is absent. Let us see the details of asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? The reproduction in the algae which takes place in the absence of the gametes, that is described as asexual reproduction. Okay. And asexual reproduction in Botridium takes place by following methods, that is number 1 by budding, number 2 by zoospores, by number 3 by formation of planospores, and last one, that is rhizocyst formation or hypnospore formation. The rhizocysts are also known as hypnospores. Next, let us see the asexual reproduction of Botridium by budding process. Okay, the aerial balloon shaped part of the vesicle of the Botridium or aerial part of the Botridium that produces very small protuberances on the surface which gradually increase in size. Such birds detach from the parental plant and can grow into a new daughter plant. Budding occurs in Botridium during favorable environmental conditions and in presence of enough food material. And this budding type of reproduction is very commonly occur in Botridium divison. Okay. Next slide. Asexual reproduction by formation of zoospores. Zoospores are formed mostly in rainy season when the plants are under water surface. During formation of zoospores, the cytoplasm of vesicle get divided into several small pieces. Each piece mostly consists of single nucleus. These pieces of cytoplasm with a single nucleus in each gradually transform into pyriform shaped zoospores. Zoospores are biflagellate. It is having two flagella. Biflagellate structures, pyriform in shape, and the flagella are attached to the anterior end. Out of two flagella of zoospore, one flagellum is short and other is longer. Okay. After complete maturity of the zoospores, the vesicle open at apex region and all the zoospores are released through the pore. And the zoospores germinate in presence of favorable environmental conditions and produces a new plant of Botridium. This is the asexual reproduction by formation of zoospores. Next, let us see the asexual reproduction in Botridium by formation of aplanospores. Aplanospores are formed in Botridium, especially in aerial part of the plant, and when the plants are only wet and not submerged, at that time the aplanospores are formed. Aplanospores are also formed in the balloon shaped vesicle, and the mechanism of formation of aplanospores is similar to the zoospore formation. But during aplanospore formation, cleavage of cytoplasm takes place in the vesicle and each piece consists of one nucleus or two or many nuclei. Gradually, each piece of the protoplasm having 2 to 3 nuclei or one nucleus or two nuclei, such structures they get converted into spore-like structures, and these spores are called as aplanospores. The aplanospores are non-motile spores in which flagella is absent. In case of Botridium valorthi, it is the one more species of Botridium, the aplanospores are multinucleate structures. The multinucleate aplanospores are also called as cenocytic aplanospores. Next, this is the asexual reproduction by cyst formation, or the cysts are also known as rhizocysts or hypnospores. Let us see. The hypnospores are formed during unfavorable environmental conditions. The hypnospores are thick-walled spores. When the entire content of the vesicle develops into a single hypnospore, it is described as macrocyst. Okay, When several thick-walled multinucleate hypnospores are formed, that is described as sporocysts. Okay, the hypnospores are formed into the rhizoidal system of the Botredium plant. During dry weather, the entire content of aerial vesicle migrate to the rhizoidal system, where it divides into several multinucleate pieces of cytoplasm, which are called as hypnospores or rhizocysts, because it is formed in the rhizoidal system. Hence, it is called rhizocysts. Okay, and these are also called as rhizocysts. Okay, according to Miller, one of the algologists in 1927, the uninucleate hypnospore directly germinate into new plant during favorable environmental conditions, and the multinucleate zoospore divides into numerous protoplasmic pieces of single nucleus in each, and these structures later get converted into zoospores. In this way, numerous zoospores are formed which germinate into a new plant of Botredium. This is all about the asexual reproduction in Botredium. Let us see the sexual reproduction in Botredium. Sexual reproduction means when the reproduction takes place by formation of gametes and formation and fusion of gametes, that is described as sexual reproduction. Botredium reproduces by the sexual reproduction in Botredium, it is of isogamous type, or in some species it is anisogamous type. Isogamous type of sexual reproduction means, in this case, the male and female gametes both are morphologically exactly similar in size and shape, but at the genetical and physiological level they are different. When fusion between two such gametes takes place, that sexual reproduction is described as isogamous type of sexual reproduction. Okay, the gametes are formed during sexual reproduction. In case of isogamous type, just I told you, isogamous type of reproduction occurs in Botredium, and when the gametes are dissimilar, they are not similar, that type of sexual reproduction in which male gamete is different and female gamete is different, that is called anisogamous type of sexual reproduction. Okay, the Botredium granulatum produces 40,000 gametes in its vesicle, in its aerial part. When the plants are flooded with water, that is the favorable environment for that. And Botredium is homothalic because it produces male and female gametes in the same thallus. And heterothalism is also reported. That means male gametes are produced on different plant and female gametes are produced on different plant. Heterothalism is also reported from in case of Botredium. Okay, heterothalism means dioecious condition. The gametes which are produced by the Botredium, they are ellipsoidal or pyriform, biflagellate, unicellular, uninucleate structure. They looks like a zoospore but smaller than zoospores. Fusion of male and female gametes takes place at anterior region, that is the gametes fuse by their anterior ends. And what happens after fertilization? A diploid zygote is formed, which is spherical, thick-walled structure, and the zygote directly germinate into a new thallus of Botredium. The gametes which are not fused can also parthenogenetically germinate into new plant. This has been reported. This is all about sexual reproduction in Botredium. Thank you very much. Save trees, save earth.